Game Connect.
Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani.
And despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
That's right. Yes, we're trapped like mice in a maze because we are playing Amazing for TI-99 4A.
It's a pun.
Yes. Did you get it? So this is basically exactly what it sounds like. We are mice in a maze. That's the game. Yes. Just so your people are understand what's going on here. This is a game from 1981. So this game was actually created by, well, not created by, but largely programmed by Kevin Kinney. Kevin Kinney, his first job out of college was working at Texas Instruments. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he was, pretty huge numbers and science guy in college.
Science.
Yes, he's, I guess, something of a computer whiz. He'd started studying chemistry and things like that, but he also did a lot of work with computers. I think he said he'd gone to RIT, which is it Richmond Institute of Technology, if I remember correctly. I don't know. In the interview I was looking at, they just used the acronym, so I'm not sure exactly what college he was talking about. But
whatever
anyhow,
it is, it's not the one that ended up turning into the Institute.
Yes, he did a lot of computer work. Is actually not only was TI his first job, it was his first interview. Apparently, someone who worked at TI was inquiring, who had also gone to the same college, was inquiring like, "Hey, you got anybody promising graduating soon?" And they gave him his name. He got the interview. He got a job offer before the end of the interview. Yes, so he impressed him that much.
Jeez, I wish that would happen.
Yeah,
more
like
often.
his other option was like, going to chemistry. He's like, okay, I can program games for TI, or I can be cleaning test tubes. I'm gonna make some games. Yeah. So apparently he didn't actually create this game. It's something that I couldn't find any name. He didn't mention who had originally started this game, but it's something that somebody had started and only gotten so far and just kind of left it on the shelf.
He picked it up and dusted it off. And
Yep, expanded it. Apparently at one point they were going to take this, Hunt the Wumpus, and Blasto, not to be confused with the PlayStation 1 Blasto starring Phil Hartman. That was many years later. But those three games were going to be like on a single cartridge as a 3-pack. It's like, no, I can go in and I can expand these and I can make them all
separate games.
Robust enough to be separate games. And that's exactly what he did. So these, they have a lot more features and such than they originally were going to have. Other than that, he mentioned that he did have some input on the documentation. The interview actually asked him, about who wrote it. He said, well, the manuals were written up in Dallas. I may have mentioned in a previous episode that most of the game's programming was done in Lubbock, Texas. But up in Dallas is when TI's other locations, was where they wrote the manuals. But they did actually, talk to the programmers. At least they talked to him. He said he had input. They actually sat down and played the game, so they'd have some idea what they were talking about.
That's usually helpful.
That is usually helpful. They actually ran drafts by him, so he could be like, well, no.
You don't have a machine gun in this game. You can't have that in the manual.
Don't put that in the manual. So he didn't write it himself. He had input on it. So that is something of interest. And past that, not much luck. Yeah. So maybe we will talk a little about, this is a pretty early TI game. I'm trying to remember when exactly the 4A came out. The TI-99 4A. This one actually is maybe simple enough that it's compatible with the original TI-99 4. I'm not entirely sure. Can be mentioned here? No, it doesn't. Copyright. Yeah, this is copyright 1980. Whew.
Dear Arceus.
This may actually be older than I am, which would be exciting. But TI had a somewhat limited amount of software. Basically, what they tried to do is have a licensing scheme.
Because if you leave it out for too long, it dries out and becomes hardware.
Yes. But, you know, nowadays, when you want to make a video game for a modern console, you have to go to the manufacturer and get a license.
To be like, right? Please, sir, may I make a game for your console?
Yes.
They're like, no.
Yeah, which works in the console space, but the 99.4a isn't a console, it's a computer. And people who had computers back then, which was not a lot of people.
It's like 4 people.
Yeah. We're used to having more open environments where they could do their own programming, and they was tinker around with it. You know, they're basically guys who are used to like hacking and customizing and.
I just had a really weird bout of deja vu.
Yeah. I know you're looking at your hands. Were you like freaking out or something there?
No. Like, when I have deja vu, it's like everything.
It's like we've been in front of a camera before making a show about video games.
Yeah, but you've never worn a white shirt.
No, before. I don't normally wear the white shirt. I bust out the white shirt.
We've never had that console. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this thing was very obsolete before you were even born. It was obsolete when I started using it in the 80s. I mentioned on previous episodes where we played this system that my dad bought it on clearance, promptly stuffed it in the closet, and I didn't pick it out until a few years later. So this thing was out of date when I started using it.
Long time ago, I can still remember.
But
that TI-99 4A used to make me smile.
Yeah, so that scheme didn't really go over too well. Also, another problem with it was I don't know how correct this was, but something a figure I saw was that TI was giving. Of course, they wanted to manufacture everything, all that, and they were giving the people who actually made the software a 10% cut of the profits. So you can imagine that maybe that wasn't super attractive to many publishers. So TI ended up with a fairly limited software library, a lot of which they made themselves, like this game. So that was one of the problems with the TI. Other than that, also, this was their aim as a more low-cost computer. I think it originally came out around $500, which for a computer at the time was fairly low cost. Keep in mind, this is 1980s money. Due to inflation, it would be much more in today's money. So you may be thinking $500 for a computer, that's not bad. But in 1980, 81, that's actually a lot.
I mean, I can't afford a $500 computer now.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, if you consider, other computers would be over $1,000, and in 1980s money, just off the top of my head, I'm going to say it's probably closer to $3,000 to $5,000 nowadays.
I don't know if inflation's gone up that much.
I don't know how fast I can look it up on my phone. Let's see.
If I had my phone, I bet you I'd be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I think Google has calculators for that.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to.
See, what I'm thinking about is, what if you made pizza dough with sourdough bread? How delicious would that be?
That sounds kind of crazy.
Do that in a wood fire oven. It would be the best pizza ever. I'm just thinking about pizza right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what the right search term for this is, but I'll see if I can actually find it. Value of $1,000 in one. Yeah, here we go. Dollar times. Go faster. 2016. Calculate. There we go. Yes, I was right.
Really?
$1,000 would be around $3,000 today.
Dear Arceus.
So you have to imagine that if you want to buy like a serious computer, and what they consider a serious computer, something from IBM or an Apple II or something like that, you would be paying the equivalent of $3,000. $3,000 for, I don't know if anyone out there has actually used an Apple II. I think this was before the IIe came out. This is a computer that only had uppercase letters.
So it was constantly screaming.
Yes. This is a computer that had like 40 lines of text. It didn't have any sort of sound card, so you would just get like speakers. So you get like, this is something that's incredibly primitive compared to what we have today. I mean, for a fraction of that in today's money, you get, I mean, you know, I just pulled out my cell phone and I looked this up on the internet. You didn't have the internet back then. This is like a $400 phone when it came out, and this is a few years old, so it would be less now. So this costs like a fraction of that, and it's almost incalculably more powerful.
Exponentially.
Yes, exponentially. It's ridiculous. So back then, $500 for a reasonably capable computer, not so bad. Though what happened
back then you needed computer skills to actually
yes, you needed
use
skills to use any kind of computer. Absolutely.
You couldn't just be like la-di-da, Facebook, la-la-la-la-la. It was like, I need to write the code for whatever I'm doing.
The computers actually expected you, I mean, they came with like the basic programming language, and by which I mean the programming language is actually named BASIC. It is an acronym. I don't remember what the acronym stands for.
Binary Assisted Statistical Integrated Computation?
Probably not, but that sounds good. But it would come with BASIC built in, and you...
I'm going to look that up after the show.
Yeah,
Watch that be like right on.
Yeah, people would be like expected to do their own programming. I mean, not to say that you couldn't buy software. Of course you could buy software.
You could buy a protocol droid that speaks the binary language of moisture evaporators.
Exactly, yes. You could buy software, but most people who would be buying computers at that time would be someone who wanted to do their own programming. I know that, you know, using this computer as a kid, I did lots of my own programming. I learned BASIC and I messed with it a lot and did a lot of my own programs. I think I mentioned in a previous episode, I used to, instead of doing my own math homework, I would program this computer to do my math homework for me, which in a lot of cases would probably take more time than it would have for me to just do the math.
You know, I think both things you've said in this episode, where you said on a previous episode, is from the episode where we started to shoot it, but the game wouldn't work.
I don't know. No, because I think I said it in the wrap-up, so I think this was in the one that actually did work.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I'm mentioning things that I said when we were playing Munchman.
Okay.
Yes. But I programmed it myself to do my math homework. Because that was more interesting to me than my math homework. Yes.
Just about anything's more interesting than math homework.
Yeah. So
Sawing my own foot off? Okay.
Yeah. So I programmed it to do my math homework for me. I tried to write games on it. I remember like I would play text adventures, and I was like, I want to write my own text adventure. So I tried to create a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles text adventure in BASIC, which was a little awkward. I never finished it. It was kind of limited.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But well, you know, I had a lot of fun messing around with it. I mean, this is in the days where no internet, BBS, even like dialing into somebody else's computer, running a BBS, which is like a bulletin board system, which is basically they'd have their computer listening for people to call them, and it would have, you could talk to it, and it would have software you could download and things like that.
So it's not a prototype BB-8 astromech droid?
No.
Okay.
No, it would have things like that, and that wasn't even the thing. I'd never had a modem for this thing. Fun thing, the modem for this was actually just, this is even before you could buy modems that you would just plug the phone line into. You would just have like a flat thing with little grooves that you could fit the handset from your phone into, and you would put the phone on it and dial the number, and there'd just be like a speaker and a microphone. It would listen to the noise from the other end and make the beeps, and it was just there. And you would dial it yourself on your phone, possibly with a rotary dial. And people would be like, rotary dial?
I just can't imagine using a computer with a rotary phone. That's just hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, people were probably doing it in 1980.
Rotary phone, okay, you had to dial. There was a circle with circles for each number, and there was a little metal stop, okay? And you put your finger in the number you wanted to dial, and you turned it until you hit the metal stop, and then you took your finger out, and it went, and then you did it again for the next number. and the next number,
Yep.
and the next number, and the next day.
That's where the
And the
term
next
dial
day.
comes from.
And the next
People. I'm
day.
sure there are probably people out there
Because
like,
it's a dial.
yeah. Why do they call it dialing a phone? You just press buttons. Because back then you didn't just press buttons. You turned a dial.
My God, how long before before humans forget why we call it rolling up a window?
What do you think? It's just gonna like dematerialize or something in the future?
No, just how
they're
because
using
you
the
had to
power?
actually roll
Oh
it up.
yeah, because everybody's got power windows
Yeah.
now. Yeah, they're just moving a switch. Nobody's dialing it. Nobody's
No one's actually rolling
Rolling.
their windows.
unless they have a really old car.
Yeah, but how long until all those cars are just like gone?
Yeah, I mean, if
No
we
one would
actually
know.
move to electric cars, then I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could retrofit them.
But people would just be like, "Why do we call it rolling the windows up?" And people like us would be like, "You see, back in my day, sonny."
Yeah, no, I remember rolling
You know,
windows.
in
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I just talked to my mother, and she mentioned you heard that nursery rhyme,
Probably not. I was really not privy to nursery rhymes as
the
a
butcher,
child.
the baker, the candlestick maker.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Well, here's the thing: how many kids know what a butcher, baker, or a candlestick maker are?
I don't know.
I feel like that's something that's also something that's kind of disappearing. Like, how many people go to a butcher to buy their meat anymore? You buy it at the supermarket.
Well, I mean, some of them have the word butcher counter above
Yeah,
it.
that's true. So maybe that's still there. I mean, okay, candlestick makers though.
Well,
That's
Yeah.
not really a profession that's big anymore.
no. But, I
Is he
mean,
going to like Old Stourbridge Village or something?
It's kind of a self-explanatory name, though.
That is true.
Like,
They
even
make
baker,
candlesticks, yeah.
even baker, like,
Yeah.
they bake the things.
Yeah.
Butcher, people might not know that butchering isn't just, when a human murders another human with a machete. And they just butcher them. Like, that's not what it is
No,
most of the
no.
time. That's when you take an animal and you cut it up for meat source.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should probably get to the
Yeah.
game.
Let's play the game.
So fun fact, we can't get the keyboard to work.
Yeah, this is kind of a problem. So we may not be able to demonstrate as much of this game as we would like, but we'll see what we can do. So there you go. There's your maze. You can see the tiny little mice, and there are the cats that can optionally chase us. All right, so we're going to do 2 players. Oh, apparently we're doing a cheese hunt because it accidentally selected both of them. That's fine. We will do it cooperatively. We will not compete. Or would you?
I don't care.
I think the 2 is working better than the 1, so we'll do cooperative.
And then it doesn't work.
Yeah, right. There we go. All right, we'll see if we can get a simple maze. Let's try it. Come on. Come on, baby. That is actually probably pretty loud, so don't do that. I'm not sure if is the 1 even working here.
I don't know, man. Oh!
Oh, well, no, we
Oh.
got a complex maze. Oh, but I really want the 1 here because I don't want the invisible maze because it's annoying. Come on. All right, we're doing invisible maze. And we're getting obstacles, whether we want it or not. I really like a fast mouse, but no, we can't do a fast mouse. All right, so...
0.
Yeah.
Try it, 0.
No, 0 works. 0 works. We can do 0 cats. I mean, I kind of want to have a cat, but I feel like we're in a really bad position to...
We're already in a bad position.
Yeah. So we're going to do 0 cats. Maybe afterwards we will attempt to get some of the other options working so we can actually show off what happens with the cat. But for now, we're just going to make our way through the maze.
This
Yes.
way.
So as you can see with the invisible maze, you can't tell where the paths are. You have to kind of find it. Of course, we have this really like super stiff joysticks. The TI did not have good joysticks. You're much better off like
Didn't
buying
even
an
have
adapter.
good breadsticks.
Yeah, you're much better off like buying an adapter and doing like Atari joysticks or something like that. For some reason, it had the same plug as the Atari,
I feel like I'm about to double back on myself.
but they changed the layout of the connector, so you can't like directly use Atari joysticks. Not that Atari joysticks were amazing, but they're better than this. And just because the 2600 was popular enough that there were a lot of third-party joysticks. All right, so we have to cooperatively collect all this cheese, I'm pretty sure, after which we will be able to exit the maze.
We're not going to be able to do this.
Oh, don't be so negative. Yeah, I don't think I ever liked the invisible maze. Not a big fan.
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm hungry, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah. This ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, at least you know you have a reason to be thinking about pizza because we got the cheese here.
Right?
Yeah, so, again, not a big fan of pushing my way against walls. The annoying thing, of course, is also that we were stuck taking slow mice instead of fast mice. So we're kind of plotting here. All right, I'm not really sure where. Oh, here he goes. I guess I missed this before. I wasn't far enough over to get the.
Did I reach another dead end?
I don't know.
Conflarbin. This is really frustrating, actually.
Yeah, I do not like the invisible maze at all.
Like, I'm getting aggravated.
Yeah, so since there's absolutely no way that we are going to play it like that, if you play the invisible maze with cats, they can actually erase the parts of the maze that you've already cleared.
Like, I don't even... What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to keep pushing into walls until you find... Really? Until you find additional paths.
I'll be perfectly honest. I hate this game.
Yeah, again, though, we're not playing under the best conditions. I would have much preferred to have a visible maze, for one thing. And fast mice. That would make this a lot more palatable. You're so close to the cheese, though. You're so close. It's right there. It's taunting you. Yeah, I don't even care about that corner because there's nothing there. And again, now speaking of things we're not going to do, the competitive mode, we would each have to collect 5 pieces of cheese. So once you had 5, you'd be able to exit the maze.
Exhilarating.
Oh
footage.
yeah, this is exciting maze wandering footage. And this is a dead end. This is not going to lead me to that cheese.
Oh!
I don't remember if there were like audio cues or anything. I mean, I don't really.
I hear brr, 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 brr every time I run into something. Oh, and it doubled back on itself.
Oh no, I found some more. I can go further this way. Again, we weren't able to activate it, but there is. God, kind of turned it. There is a mouse hole feature. See, we have obstacles, but the other option is to have like little holes that you can squeeze your mouse through, which you can use to like escape cats and things like that. Oh, there we go. I found another path that I missed before because, yeah, I guess I wasn't pixel perfect hitting that wall. Oh, this is a terrible mode.
This is horrible.
I don't like the invisible maze.
Really bad to give up on this one.
I just would like to finish one maze.
I really don't think we are, because I can't even find more stuff to trudge through.
Just one? Just one maze? How is this a dead end? Oh God.
Yeah, like everything's a dead end.
Where? If I had just been able to select fast mice, this would be taking a fraction of the time. Gonna try and get back to the top of the maze. I guess we have to find another entrance up there.
So now I'm gonna start looking for.
Yeah, we might be able to come down from the top there. Oh, there we go.
I got a cheese!
Yeah, you did it.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, you get that cheese?
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna start blazing this trail because
Dun, 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 dun,
the
dun,
faster the
dun,
better.
dun, 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 Mother Puss Bucket. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Good work.
And then it stopped.
Oh, awkward.
Oh,
Yes, get that cheese. Get it.
the cheese, I found the cheese.
Almost.
Can I get this cheese? No, I cannot.
It's so hard to tell.
No, and we're doubling back. We're doubling back.
Oh, apparently we missed that somehow. I don't even know. I don't even know where the obstacles are that we ended up with instead of the mouse holes because... Bleh. Stupid broken keyboard. All right. Just 2 more pieces of cheese. We can do it. It's within our grasp. 1 more piece of cheese. Just 1 more.
One more cheese of peace.
Yes. And we can leave. We can stop running this maze. All right.
There's the exit.
Oh, it's all the way over there. Amazing. It's okay. I've already done everything there, so at least we know where we're going. Exciting. Slowly walking through maze action. Since the chances of us actually being able to do this are low, I will mention one thing that used to drive me crazy was trying to go through the mouse holes because you have to do a diagonal. And you can imagine how fun that is on these joysticks. They have enough trouble with, cardinal directions. Okay. Almost there. Almost.
Almost
and
there.
then we can stop playing.
Almost there.
Oh, Lord. Oh, so slow.
Luke, you shut off your targeting computer. What's wrong? Nothing.
Almost there. Stay on target. Yeah. It only took us 12 minutes. Oh, did it speed up your mouse since I've already escaped?
It did.
Fantastic. Charge! Lordy. All right, so, question, can I get the back button to work? I can't. So screw it, we're done. So yeah, that was kind of painful. Oh. That game is pretty basic to start with. The fact that because the computer is old and not working properly, we couldn't choose the options we wanted kind of did not help.
Sucked.
Yeah. I don't think it was ever great. I think it would have been better if we could have selected fast mice, invisible maze.
It sucked.
Yeah, it's not. This was not my favorite TI game.
No.
Parsec was the best, I think.
They made 12 of them.
Yes. It's a Star Wars joke. He's kidding. Yeah, no, that did not go well. Yeah, no, I'm not going to recommend Amazing. No. But I do believe it is one of the games that is included legally with Classic 99 if you download it.
You know what I would suggest playing if you want a good puzzle game? Portal.
Yeah.
Play Portal.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you do want to try this yourself, it is free and legal. Download Classic 99. This is included. You can try the other options that we weren't able to use because my system is barely working because it's 30 years old.
Anyway.
Yeah, you can try it yourself. I don't know. But if you enjoyed us bumping into walls because we couldn't see, give this video a like. Maybe encourage us after suffering through this. If you wanted to see us play other games that work correctly, because we play it on a hardware that is not
30 years old.
Yes, not nearly dead. Please subscribe to our channel. My NES still works fine.
Exactly.
Yes, even though that is, well, no, my NES is was made in the 90s, so it's not 30 years old.
Still.
Yeah, I've got the top loader, so it's newer. That said, there are fewer moving parts, so NES is more likely to still work. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But subscribe to our channel. We play games for other systems. They are
More entertaining.
pretty much all newer. Yes. This will probably be the last TI game we play, unless somebody contacts me who really just loves TIs and is willing to fix mine for free.
If not, we might just drop kick it.
Yeah, I don't think I want to pay to have it repaired because it's just.
No.
Some TI aficionados are going to be upset at me. I mean, I loved it as a kid. It was my first computer, but it's
No.
really a bit too simplistic for me.
Go
I
away.
mean, I guess we could play chess. I have video chess, but
Yeah,
I don't
we
think
can play
that'd
that
be-
on something else.
I don't think it'd be very exciting. That's the same reason we're not playing text adventures. I mean, I like text adventures, but I can't imagine anyone really wanting to watch us type things into a computer and read. That doesn't sound very visually interesting.
If you guys want us to do a text adventure, tell us.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
We'll find one.
we almost certainly will not be doing it on TI. I'm not sure if I've actually told the story on camera, but the text adventures I have for TI load off cassette tape. They literally take a half hour. That is not an exaggeration. That is not hyperbole. I am not making a joke. They take about a half hour. Nobody here is going to sit around while that loads for a half hour. No, we're not doing that. I'm sorry.
I'll sit around and get loaded for half an hour,
Yeah.
but that's a completely different story.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I mean, maybe in the fanciful future where one of us is afforded a new laptop and we can play PC games, well,
Perhaps.
yeah.
We'll
Actually,
do
speaking
something.
of text
But-
adventures, you can play all the ones I own for free because Scott Adams has released his text adventures for free on his website.
There
You
you
can
go.
download them and play them on your computer,
Do the
and-
work yourself.
and you marvel at how I possibly was able to stand playing them because the Scott Adams adventures are obtuse and kill you constantly, and they're not really very fun. No, there are better text adventures you can play.
But anyway,
Yeah, but I mean,
Amazing.
please like our
Not that
episode to make us
amazing.
feel better about ourselves after playing Amazing. I have been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at NewTypeCola.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at Ian G. Butterfield. You can find the show at RetroGameCNCT, Facebook.com/RetroGameConnect, RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. As usual, do not try to do Facebook.com/RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. That will not work. Probably make the internet explode. Who knows?
Yeah, could be bad. If you
that's
really
it.
wanted to defend the TI in the comments,
Go ahead. We're
Go for
really
it.
not going to argue with you because that sounds like effort.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Have fun.
we'll have discussion. Sure, we are fully.
Probably be too busy playing Fallout.
We
to
are.
discuss that.
We welcome politely expressed alternating opinions.
Yes.
Yes.
But anyway.
But most importantly, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.